Hi, my name's Joanie Eisinger. Welcome to my channel. If you haven't been to my website, it's jonieswhitelighealing.com. You could find me on LinkedIn. You could find me on Facebook. Please friend me if you'd like. Message me and let me know how you found me. Please like the Joanie's White Light Healing fan page too. You could find me on Twitter. You could find me on Sound. Done covers for songs, and I've also written and recorded some songs and their scratch demos. So with YouTube, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and press the all bell icon, and then you'll get all the notifications of when I put out videos. Please like and share and comment below because I love when people share what resonates with them. Now, there are no timestamps on these videos, so if something resonates for you now, that's great. You might be watching it at another time. Spirit knows who's watching it and when, so it doesn't matter if you watch this at a later date. If this doesn't resonate, you can put it on the shelf. That's what I suggest, because the information that comes through might be applicable at another time. I only pull in the highest of Christ's light, meaning the enlightened ones, archangels, angels, ascended masters, guides, departed ones, elementals, consciousnesses, and star beings. I speak 2 star languages. I speak Pleiadian and Syrian, and I'm from Arcturus. That's how I'm able to do these crazy, stupid human tricks. I love what I do. I am a light worker, and I feel the sense of urgency, which many of you light workers also feel. Light workers are ones that come in to human bodies with a certain amount of wisdom and knowledge, spiritually developed knowing or light, and we need to pass this on to those that are earthbound to assist in the awakening. There are way showers, ones that open up doors for people so they can advance. There are seekers, ones that spiritually wish to keep advancing and advancing. And there are angels that are incarnated from the Devic realm, and they incarnate into into physical bodies in order to assist. There are also elementals, the ones from the elemental kingdom, the earthly ones, the fairies and the leprechauns and the gnomes and the sprites and the brownies and so on. Yeah, this is kind of cosmic, folks. So if I lost you and you don't want to continue, it's okay. I might have lost a few of you already, and that's fine because we all go to where we are guided to. So regarding today's YouTube, I really was kind of tabula rasa. That's that blank slate. And I thought, well, how am I feeling right now? Maybe that's how others are feeling. So there are a few things that I thought that I would go over, and we'll see what Spirit has to say. I might be doing readings for people, healings. I don't know. I'm just going with this. So I'm finding that I have an urgency, a need to say how I feel, and I really don't care what people think. I think that I've been hiding for quite a while, not feeling safe, not feeling good about it, worried what people would think, whether my career would be damaged. No one came with the butterfly net as of now. No one called 911 when I would talk about this. So I knew that I was in the clear to a certain extent. But regarding the other things like outing myself as a star being, star language, the ascension, bifurcation of the earth, solar flash, etc. At this point, I feel very free. It's wild. And some of you might be going, wow, I've never heard her talk that way. She seems bitchy or edgy or evil or ego, whatever. What's up with her? She changed. She used to be the soft one, and now she's got like, how many sets of balls does she have? What the fuck happened to her? And it's so funny because I always had a lot of sets of balls, folks. But I think I was more demure about a lot of stuff, and I kept stuff in. So I've watched my fellows, others, share their truth openly, and I was hiding. And something's come over me over the past several months. It's wild. I feel free. And I don't know what this is. I feel like I want to frolic, frolic, frolic all around. And I'm so full of joy about it. I don't know. I think these are them var times of such. And with this quickening that's happening, with time collapsing upon itself, and with new energies coming in, we are advancing in different ways, and we're feeling free to discard what doesn't work, to adopt what does, to shift, to change, to peel off an old skin, to try on a new set of clothing. And that's what's going on with me. So if any of you are following me on Facebook and wondering, WTF on her, yeah, it's wild. That's what's going on. And I have no fear. I didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I don't look through rose-colored glasses. I am a realist. I am Joanie. That's who I am. I'm just Joanie. And I love being here now. I have before, but now I'm finding this a total pissa, total. And I just need to express my thoughts and my feelings. I wish everyone well. I don't want baggage. I don't want shtick. I continue to be a student in this Earth School. If I weren't a student, I wouldn't be here anymore. So with that being said, I'm kind of sharing where I'm at and what's been going on. And I suggest you consider doing the same. I'm not suggesting that y'all just start streaking in Shea Stadium. That's not what I'm suggesting, although it sure feels like it to a certain extent. But release what doesn't serve, let go, feel free, look for liberation, lightening of spirit. Ask yourself, what is your truth? Not what is another's truth, not what's Joanie's truth. What's your truth? That's why you're here, is to gather up all this information and do research and take it all in and chew on it. And then if something changes, you don't have to say, oh, well, shoot, I've been holding on to that for X amount of time. I got to stick with it. What will people think? You can shelve it or discard it. It's okay. No one's judging. There's no report card here. It's your movie that you're making. We're all making our respective movies, and we're all connected as well. So I always tell people we'll make a good movie, because your good movie affects my movie, and my good movie affects your movie. Okay? That's unity consciousness. We're all walking each other home. That's what this is. We're all in this together. It takes a village, whatever you want to say. So for this first part of the video, it's like I'm letting down my hair. I'm streaking. I am free. And I wish that for each and every one of you. Okay. Now, more. The president said recently about our needing to be home longer. So I am sure that many people's hearts sank and they got lumps in their throats, and maybe they cried, got angry, or both. So again, I will say all is well. Everything is unfolding divinely, and there's a reason for everything. If you don't know why, it's okay. And if you have hunches, it's okay too. Whatever the case, if you are faced with something and it's bad news, disappointment, the most important thing is to feel your feelings and then say, okay, I'm finished feeling my feelings, and then you accept it. It's the A word, folks. Acceptance is key. That's also what frees you up. So if you can accept what is in the moment, that's already a win, okay? Home run for you, okay? So if you're home, are you doing the best that you can? What is in your control? Are you eating enough? Not necessarily overeating. Are you eating enough, and are you eating cleanly? Are you drinking water? Okay. Exercise, move around, get outside if you can, preferably when there's sunlight. And if there isn't, or you don't want to go outside, if there's a sunny room, go over to it and put your face, your body up to the sun and let it bask over you. Pray, meditate, do yoga, sing, hum, dance, have sex, talk to a friend, type, blog, journal, play with your friend, play with a partner. Your kids need help. Do you need to cook, wash dishes, do laundry, fold, write? There are so many things that you can do. Play music. Okay, so with that being said, acceptance. We're in this. We're all in this around the world together. It's quite unbelievable. It is so awesome a time right now. If you have difficulty feeling the excitement that I have, just energetically jump on the bandwagon, jump on my dovetail, follow my robe that just trails, and just sit on that and imagine, hey, I'd really like to feel Joanie's energy. It's wild. I don't know how the hell she got there, but I want to feel that and get inspired. I am offering you that. Not energy vampiring, because I got some good protection, folks, so no one's going to suck the energy out of me, but you can feel my vibe, the joy, the excitement. That's what I'm looking for you to embrace, because I got enough to go around. Okay? Acceptance. This too shall pass. This is not the way our lives will be. Okay? So with that, if some of you feel that this is a very daunting experience, how are we going to rise up? How are we going to get through this without a blemish? I believe that there will be a lot of information that will be released, and that some people will have difficulty comprehending it. And so people need to get on their big boy pants and big girl pants. Okay, that's what this is about here. I believe we will have intervention from angels and galactics. I believe that maybe a chill pill will be, or an etheric whammy will come over us, and we'll be okay. Because there were so many people that were pained to begin with and suffering, people who did not face their issues, and people who were narcissistic, sociopathic, entitled. Now throw this in and you have the opportunity for craziness. I don't think that that's what spirit wants here. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think we have a breaking down of a structure for a rebuild. And with a rebuild comes opportunity for change. So again, big boy pants, big girl pants, get ready. This is big shit, okay? It's good stuff. And you need to be in this to win it, okay? So if there's a part of you that wants to heal, conjure it up, bring it forward and say, hey, listen, get off your ass, or stop pity partying. World's smallest violin, we're done. Whatever the case, talk to that part of yourself that wants to know better, that wants to adult and be the highest version of itself, and bring it forward, bring it up, resurrect it, because now's the time. You can do this. We will help. There are so many positive folks around the world supporting each other right now. It's like a worldwide pep rally. So if you're with the wrong bunch, find a better circle, okay? People talk about Facebook. I gave it up. Now that's fine. I'm not judging you. I'm just talking here. I gave it up. It was so negative, and I'm thinking about my experience, and it's so positive. It's unbelievable. It's like it's a love-in. It's the Woodstock that I want. It's just one big family. It's like Sly and the Family Stone, folks. We are friggin' family. Uh-huh. I got all my sisters, brothers. We're all here, nieces and nephews, like uncles, aunts, cousins, grandma, grandpa, mama, papa. It goes on and on. We're all here together. So if you had a Facebook, if you had a wall of shit, take a look at who your friends were. Now, were you also participating in that? Well, if you have participated in that, you need to shift that around, because you can't be a guest at a party if the guest is coming empty-handed, okay? Get yourself a better set of hors d'oeuvres, okay? If you are carrying Thunderbird, I suggest you get something that's a little better than that. So you need to be the guest at your own party that's got integrity, okay? Because the party that's going on over here is of high vibration. It is of love. Okay. So getting back to this news about we're in this longer. Okay. So if that's what it takes, fine. I accept that. You do whatever you need to do. I'm going to sit back and I'm going to do what I need to do over here. Break it down into manageable parts. Now I'm going to share something personal with y'all. I was chemically sensitive. I was a child with allergies and sensitivities. It started off with hay fever, red dye number whatever. Then it developed into cats and perfume. Then I started having reactions to medicines, and I'd end up in the ER, and I wouldn't be able to take this medicine, that medicine. And then in my 20s and part of my 30s, the sensitivities got worse. And I just kept losing medicines. And then I started having strange reactions. I was in the ER for the Biore pore strips, you know, the things where you put the sticky stuff on, you pull it off, and you're supposed to get blackheads off. I reacted anaphylactically to the adhesive. Couldn't use Band-Aids, new finish on clothing, new furniture, automotive section, gasoline, and it went on and on. In 2003, I had an anaphylactic reaction to the chlorine in the town pool. And from there, I was homebound to a degree. I could only go out with a mask on. Does this resonate a little bit with what y'all might be experiencing? So I had to get rid of all the petrochemicals. I was allergic to anything that wasn't organic. So my world kept falling apart. And I couldn't take any medicine. I was allergic to every medicine. At one point, I could only eat 2 foods, and I became homebound for 6 months. I could not open up windows or doors, and I was pretty much dying. If I had a bacterial infection, I would have died. So I didn't see my life, I didn't see that quite clearly before me. I was on an international message board with folks around the world that had MCS, multiple chemical sensitivities or environmental illness. Someone on this message board, and they were all scientific, they weren't spiritual, and Joanie wasn't woke yet with this spiritual stuff. This woman recommended I go see an integrative doc in Morristown, and he's since passed. He was doing integrative stuff. So I went to him with a mask. And he could only do so much. After that, he said, listen, I know an energy practitioner and he specializes in MCS. Well, this guy was about 20-minute drive from me. Took 5 phone calls for me to have him come to my house. Energy and a psychiatric social worker, that just does not jive. I was conventionally trained. It was medical. That was my training, and energy medicine made no sense. So he came on my path and he started healing me with energy medicine. And during that time, during that 6 months of being home, which was surreal and dark, I began healing. And that's when I started reading spiritual books. And that's when the gifts started coming in. And since then, yes, I have been out. 6 months later, since 2003, I was freed. I was liberated. I had a different set of skills. So the reason why I'm saying this is that I was homebound without being able to open up windows or doors. No makeup, no medicine. I was allergic to so many foods, I can't even tell you. I remember buying duck eggs for $1 an egg. I remember I couldn't have vinegar. I remember the candida that I was working on getting rid of, and all of these gluten-free and anti-candida diet recipes and allergy-free diets. I was so limited with what I could eat. I was so sick. I had brain fog. I was very, very ill. And I never went into a depression. I remained present-centered. I always believed that there was a God, which was separate from me. That's what I believed. I never thought I was forsaken. I thought, well, if this is my time, it's my time. But as I began healing, that's when my faith was renewed, and that's when the gifts started coming in. But I do remember something that was very pivotal in my dark night of the soul. And I looked out of my laundry room window and I saw a leaf, and it was unfurling because it was spring and I couldn't go outside. And I just was in that now moment, and I was very taken by the leaf unfurling, and that the leaf knew what to do, I knew what to do, and all was fine in the world. And I guess there was that peace that resonated through my being. My prayers were answered, and I don't have many chemical sensitivities. I have few. My hands are extremely dry and they're bleeding a little. They have all these little slits because I am reacting to the chemicals that they're using to disinfect surfaces in stores. But that's okay. If that's all it is for me, cuts where I can just put cocoa butter or coconut oil on, that's fine with me. I hardly take medicine anyway, but I can take Tylenol if I need to for a migraine, if I ever get them. So what I'm saying to you also is that miracles do happen. Um, Many of us have experienced hardships of one kind or another. And I say to you, if I could be homebound for 6 months with facing my own mortality, where everything was taken away from me, where I didn't have family support, my son, I had his support. But I didn't have support from other. You can too. A lot of people's styles are cramped. A lot of things are taken away. And when things are taken away, that's when we grow. We are being forced as a collective to face our fears, to face what we don't like. If you have entitlement, face it. No one promised you a rose garden. No. And if you have entitlement, the universe registers that and pushes back. Oftentimes, people with entitlement are in a lot of pain and they get less as a result. So watch what you demand of the universe because there is pushback. For every demand is a pushback. When you accept what is with grace and ease, you experience blessings. You also experience ahas and enlightenment. Darkness is being vanquished from the earth as we speak. There's a lot of darkness that's leaving now. And with that, with the lower vibrations that are clearing, that gives us souls a lift. So if we have had any lower vibration feeling, our vibrations are going up. Well, what happens when your vibration goes up? A lot of people have spiritual awakenings. I am getting reports right and left all the time now of people whose gifts are coming in. Senses of peace and love and all is well. Overwhelming people. People coming into knowing. People being able to do things they never could before. Fear going away. This is part of the awakening as a result of our unifying as a collective to support one another, evil being vanquished, the high energies coming in from the other side and washing us with love. It's a recipe for miracles. You will be hearing of more and more miracles every day. I assure you of this. It is fabulous. I want to also cover, I'm getting tapped by Spirit to talk about death. You might be hearing about more people near and far and animals that are leaving. This is an exit opportunity for many. There are many, many souls that do not wish to be here now. It's too much, and that's okay. I say Godspeed, and I understand every soul has connections with their guides regarding whether they wish to go. Now, some might have pre-birth planned to leave now, and others it's post-incarnation free will choice. So around this time, their higher self and guides and others are going, hey, I could go now. And there's discussion. And if this soul, whether it be an animal or a person, has left your purview, then it's important for you to know that this was divinely ordered and all is well. It might feel like a friggin' ripoff, and I understand that. I totally do. It might be incomprehensible, but no one is a victim. This is an earth school, all is well, and souls do not die. We are eternal. So they return home. The veil is lifted. They get a total view of their birth through death of this lifetime, as well as where they're incarnated elsewhere. And then it's oh yeah, those were my contracts. Oh, I saw that. And you are met with love. There's such an embrace. And it's, hey, how you doing? What'd you learn? Come, we'll help you. We'll help you heal. We'll get you transition back home. That's what it is. So if you were wondering what that's about, it's magnificent. When I began channeling departed ones and pets, from the other side, they would bless me with the rapture. Now, as Joanie the Jew, I didn't know what that was. I'd heard about it. It was a Christian concept. No, I am not Christian. I am of unity consciousness, yet I pull from all different concepts of different faiths. This rapture feel is the love, this overwhelming love that is so incomprehensible that when they would hit me with it during channel at the end, I would go to my knees, bawling, sobbing, and I would feel like my heart was going to explode, that my body couldn't even take it. So that's the way it feels over on the other side. It's overwhelming joy beyond what any physical vessel could even hold here. I welcome your questions. If you have questions, please put in the comment below about what Joanie or what Spirit has to say about what's going on. I can either respond below, or I can make separate videos answering your questions. I'll figure it out, but Spirit wants me to put that out there. What questions do you have? Stuff has come up on Facebook. I started it where I shared who I'm not following anymore, these spiritual gurus and such, and it really got into a very heated discussion. It wasn't debate, it was a discussion. There's your truth, my truth, and the truth. So I love that. So when you're trying to figure out, well, what makes sense to you? Who do I listen to? You could listen to everyone. You could listen to no one. You could pick and choose. I call this cafeteria style learning. Buffet, go for it. You are a creator being. You are a magnificent, inquisitive soul. We all are. We're God sparks that love this. So in this tumult, there's all this, I call it like 52 card pickup. So all these cards are in the air and we're grabbing at some and we're looking at the faces and we want to make sense of them. So everyone's picking up different cards and some are the same and different. And you all come up with your own conclusions as they land on the floor. There are no rights and there are no wrongs. There just is. A conclusion's a conclusion. If you put your ego attached to a conclusion, then you're judging yourself and you think people are going to judge you. No. That's why I'm just saying how I feel. I don't care if people are judging me. A judgment is just an illusion. I feel free and prancing around and streaking around saying how I feel. Not saying that I'm right. I'm just saying how I feel, and I wish to spread it around. Maybe some people might agree, that's cool. I do wish to awaken folks, so yeah, sure, if any of you are saying, well, you're not just saying it, you want people to believe you. It's not that I want people to believe me. I'm sharing what I've concluded, and it might help someone else out. And if it helps you out, great. And if it's validation, great. If that supports you, if what I have concluded is what you've concluded, if you know something I don't know, share it with me, because that is too much fun for me. I love gleaning, okay? And if you don't like what's being said, you could turn it off. Isn't that the beauty of free will choice? It is. So you gather your information, and then you conclude what your truth is. I believe that the overall truth is all is one. I learned that from someone who had channeled, and he wrote 2 books, and that was what was channeled for him, and that stuck with me. That is the overall, the umbrella truth. And aside from that, it's one big movie free for all as a collective. So I'm going to see if Spirit has anything more for me to share with you. Go about your business and tidy up loose ends. So if you have loose ends, or if there are things that you need to have closure with, or just tying up loose ends, do that. If you feel there's unfinished business, that it would be a good idea to do something about that. You might have a heavy heart. You might need to do something that others haven't done, so you need to do it because they're not. Whatever the case, take a look at your to-do list and see if something's hanging. If something has been on the drawing board for a while, why don't you complete that? It would feel good. Let's see if there's anything more. It seems that people are working on food supply, getting enough for everyone to eat. Is everything sufficient? Do I have enough? Okay. So this is a challenge that you might have about having enough. Some of you have felt that you don't have enough and you're always in enough. I know that this glitched. I'm not sure whether it worked, so I'm going to keep it going. And then when it's produced, I don't know how to fix videos, so I'll probably backtrack here regarding having enough because I saw the screen and it froze. Forgive me, I'm going to repeat. And if it went through the whole way, fantastic. But what I'm going to say is y'all are working on having enough. And some of you have been in lack mentality, feeling that you have not had enough. So this is like an existential crisis for you. Oh my God, I never felt I had enough, and now I might not really have enough. Face your lack mentality. A lot of you, for a lot of you, this is very pivotal. And it's time for you to shed that fear and say, I have more than enough. Even if you might not, shift it. Make it positive, and then your vibration will draw you to that abundance mentality. I have more than enough. I've learned in spiritual teachings, don't say I have enough or I have just enough, because then you always cut it right to that level. Go into the abundance. I have more than enough. I am bountiful. I'm prosperous. I'm living with an overflow. It's not piggy. This is energy. This is a playground. There is more than enough for everyone. Remember that. Be true to yourself. Have integrity and transparency. I feel good that I shared my journey with you, a little bit about what I'm going through, what I've been doing, outing myself and prancing around. And I hope that you continue to be inspired by everything around you. You can learn from everything around you. Bless you. If you'd like to have a reading or a healing with me, you can contact me through my website, jonieswhitelighthealing.com. I do Skype, Facebook video, and phone for folks who are not local to North Central New Jersey. I wish you happiness and peace, good health, abundance, and may you streak your heart away. Bye, y'all.